What's going on, all you DC comic enthusiasts out there? Your two favorite knuckleheads are back tonight, and we've got a brand new show that just premiered on Max. It's the first installment of the new DC universe. Of course, now that James Gunn and Peter Safran are, heads of the newly formed DCU, it's all new, and it starts with this show, this animated show that James Gunn put together himself. He created it. It's got a great voice cast. We've got Indira Varma, Sean Gunn, Alan Tudyk, David Harbour, and the one, the only Frank Grillo. We're talking about DC Studios' Creature Commandos.
You wanted monsters. You got monsters.
That's right. The new animated series in the DC universe, James Gunn's brand new universe, of course. This is, again, what he's great at is a group of misfits and really telling their story, getting introduced to each of these characters. Most, you're not familiar with, but, throughout the show. First two episodes, we get to dive into a lot of characters. First time, myself meeting these characters in this. But this takes place 2 years after Suicide Squad, Task Force X, ran by Amanda Waller, Viola Davis, gets shut down. We have Rick Flag Sr., which is obviously Rick Flag's dad, voiced by Frank Grillo. He's tasked with leading this new group of monsters. The people behind me right here. We get introduced to all of them and sets up the series.
It's a pretty cool setup, a Black Ops team full of monsters like Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, some really cool characters and just off the wall stuff here that we'd come to expect and love from James Gunn. And you can see why he wanted this to kick off the new DC universe. It's he's great at the team up movies, obviously, with the Guardians of the Galaxy. He just knows how to write groups and teams. And Suicide Squad, of course, he directed a couple of years back, and that was great as well. So everything that we've seen from James Gunn here from the DCU so far has been great. And this is an animated series, and it kicks off with a bang here. A lot of action, a lot of getting to know the characters here. Like you mentioned, we had some really interesting monsters. We have Frankenstein, voiced by David Harbour. And it's cool, this series, because they're really able to show a lot, with it being animated. They're able to show a lot of these characters and their backstory, like within the, individual episodes, which are like, 20 to 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes long. So they can do a lot with the animation. And I thought that within these two episodes that we watched, I thought that they were able to tell a lot of stories of these characters that we didn't really, know anything about. Of course, everybody knows Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein, but you don't know it like this. Like this feels fresh and exciting, and it's cool to meet these characters. They have some really interesting, origins, we'll say.
Why didn't they put this out in October?
I know.
I'm like, why
Yeah,
December? I'm
exactly.
like, I'm not, it doesn't make sense, but this is Task
Yeah.
Force M, the new crew here, monsters, of course. Like you're saying, Guardians of the Galaxy, Suicide Squad. James Gunn, knows how to put together a group of misfits and make you actually care about them, especially a lot of characters you don't know about. And, of course, Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein and all that. But the rest of the cast behind me is really fantastic. Of course, Indira Varma, voicing Bride. Eric Frankenstein, voiced by David Harbour, as you were saying. Nina Mazursky playing Zoe. And the Nazi killing droid here, G.I. Robot, voiced by Sean Gunn. I thought was great. Of course, Gunn's brother is always in everything. Weasel and Dr. Phosphorus, Alan Tudyk.
Oh yeah, I love the group they put together. Everybody has their own little, signature lines and things that they when they're fighting and whatnot they're able to do. Really cool, interesting like political, spin on the first couple episodes with the team going to that princess's house, and then of course having the that evil witch lady, whatever she was from the Wonder Woman planet, Themyscira or whatever it's called. She's like the over. She's why the team is put together. Amanda Waller puts her together because there's this villain out there causing trouble, and she needs to put together best of the best at being the worst at the worst. And that's really what this team is. Bunch of misfits, like we talked about. He does that really well. I love the dialogue that he creates. It's really great. It's quick, it's witty. And with Creature Commandos, another thing that we see from patented, James Gunn movie is the soundtrack choices. Like, when the action hits on the show, he always has the perfect like needle drop. It's always some off the wall song, but really pairs with the action on screen and with what's going on. He does that really well, and he does that in Creature Commandos too.
Yeah, he sure does. Really great looking animation here. Love the score. This is definitely heavily R-rated for anybody out there that's going to be watching this. Probably shouldn't watch it with kids because there's some, violence, of course, sex scenes that I thought I would never see with the Bride of Frankenstein and the Doctor, and
Right.
going a little over the top there, and a lot of stuff I didn't expect. But this is in the vein of like Invincible, like R-rated cartoons out there.
Hmm.
Nice introduction to these characters, the DCU, James Gunn's new universe. I had a great time with this. Didn't know much about it, didn't really watch many trailers, but watching the first two episodes, I'm definitely invested and I'm interested to see where these characters go this season and how it all plays out. So that being said, I'm gonna give Creature Commandos first two episodes. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 Frankenstein hair pieces.
Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I had a really great time with this show. It's a great first entry into the DCU, the new DCU, headed by James Gunn. I think it's in really good hands. You can tell that he likes to, not put projects forward unless they have a good script, unless everything is really tight and works well. And you can see that within the quality of this animated show. It's just highly entertaining. I was invested throughout the episodes. It's a good sign for the rest of it. I think there's going to be 8 in total this first season. And these characters are going to translate over to the live action. Specifically, Rick Flag Sr., Frank Grillo is going to be that character in the live action version too. And we're first going to see him, I believe, in Superman this coming summer. So it's going to be interesting. And, obviously the Superman trailer that's coming is going to really highlight the DCU and really show us, if it's worth being invested in or not, after the whole debacle of the old DCU, of course. But Creature Commandos was a great, introduction into this universe. It's not like major lore or major characters. It's not like, the Justice League or something like that. But that's what James Gunn does really well. There's all these comic book characters that we don't know anything about, and he's introducing them here for us, making us, really enjoy the characters for how he writes them and their backstories. And they're fun and exciting because it's, people we and characters we haven't came across before. So I had a great time with the first couple episodes. I'm invested. I can't wait to see where this all goes from here. It did very much feel like Invincible. It's got that heavy R-rated tone. It's definitely tailored for adults. This isn't a kid's show by any means, like you said, but it's definitely worth your time. So with that being said, I'm going to give the first two episodes of Creature Commandos. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 Amanda Waller hair pieces.
So I want to hear from all you wild weasels out there. What did you like about Creature Commando? What didn't you like about it? What are you looking forward to seeing in the next month during the holiday season? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to stab, subscribe. Also, check out these wild ghouls on Facebook, X, and Instagram at our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV movie news and reviews.
And there are a lot of reviews to get to this month. It's crazy. A lot of TV shows and a lot of movies. One TV show premiering this weekend that both of us are going to watch and review for you guys. Probably be up sometime next week. It's the new Dexter prequel series. What is it? Original Sin, I believe, is the title of that. So we're looking forward to that. It's going to be interesting to see a young Dex out there at Miami Metro. A lot of movies, a lot of shows this month. Also, be sure to go over and enter in for the Fellas giveaway if you guys haven't already. We're going to be giving away 4 movies. So it's a pretty big one. So if you haven't already, head on over, watch the video, and enter in for that. So thank you guys for watching our review of Creature Commandos. And until the next Cinephellas TV review, I'm Uncle Henry Flagg Sr.
Oh my goodness, that's a tongue twister. You can just call me Logan Myers for the remainder of this review. Ending it right now. Until next time, cheese!
Cheese!